Hi Laravel developers, welcome to another exciting video in our design pattern series. In the previous video, we combined the repository and service pattern together to make the business logic separate and organized for the reusability purpose. And we made the controllers and repository more cleaned and organized. That's why the controller is responsible for handling HTTP request and response only. And in the other hand, the repository is responsible for handling the database operations only. Now today, I came up with another design pattern and we are diving into a powerful feature in Laravel that helps your application respond automatically to events. Have you ever wondered how to make your application respond automatically to certain events? Just like sending notifications, logging changes, or updating related records. Well, today you will learn a game-changing concept that is the observer pattern in Laravel 11. The observer pattern allows you to manage event-driven logic cleanly and efficiently. So instead of cluttering your controllers or services, you can separate and automate this logic, and you can keep your code simple, scalable, and more professional. So before moving ahead, here is what we will cover in this video. So I will quickly add an outline here. Here we created this outline.md file. Inside this, I will quickly add the outline points that we are going to cover in this video. So firstly, we will talk about what is the observer pattern and why it is important. Okay. Second, we will see step-by-step implementation of observer pattern in Laravel with to-do application. And by using this observer pattern, we will be sending the notification to users for newly created to-do. Okay, to send notification for newly created to-do to the users. And also we will discuss about the key benefits of using the observer pattern in Laravel projects. Alright. So stay till the end of this video for best practices and tips to use the observer pattern effectively. And before moving ahead, let's quickly know about the observer pattern and why this is important. So I will quickly come to the Laravel official documentation first. Here I will search for Laravel observer. Let's open this official documentation of Laravel 11. Here we have the eloquent getting started. Under this, if you scroll down, here we have the events thing. Inside these events, we have the observers. Okay. So the observer pattern is a way to make your application respond automatically to changes. So you can imagine one object called the subject notifying multiple observers whenever something happens in the model, just like a change in the data. So in Laravel, this pattern is built right into the framework and it allows us to listen for specific events in a model's life cycle, such as when a record is created, updated, or deleted. So if we'll take a look to this observer here, this is for the user model. That means this will work respective to the user's model only. So here we have the model lifecycle methods, just like created, updated, deleted, restored, and first deleted. So these are the model's lifecycle method, and this observer will be invoked automatically based on these lifecycle methods. This is similar to event and listener, but there are few differences between event listener and observers. So regarding the event listener, I will come to that in a separate video. Now today we will focus on only observer pattern. So let's understand this observer event listen by an example. So let's suppose when a to-do has been created, we can automatically send a notification or log the event or even update related records all without writing repetitive code. And the key benefits of using this observer is automation. That means actions happen instantly when specific events occur. So let's suppose when a user has been created here, it will automatically invoke this created method. So all these lifecycle methods will be invoked automatically based on the user model action. The next key benefit is clean code. So this will keep your controllers and models free from extra logic. And last but not least, the scalability. So by using the observer pattern, you can easily add or modify event handling logic without affecting the rest of your application, because this will be specific for the only one model. So you can think of the observer pattern as having an assistant who takes care of repetitive tasks every time something changes. And you just set the rules and Laravel will handle the rest. So this has a clean separation of concerns that keeps event handling logic out of your controller or services. Also, this provides reusable logic, so you can write once and reuse across multiple models or events. Okay, so let's quickly create an observer for our application. Here we have the to-do application. So I will create an observer for the to-do model. So I will come to the terminal. Here I will type php artisan make observer, and I will specify the observer name as to-do observer, and next we will have to specify the model name for which we want to create this observer. So we have the model as to-do. If I will show you the model here, inside app models we have the to-do model class. Okay, so I'm going to create a observer for this to-do model. So we will have to specify that here as dash model equals to to-do. Let's hit enter. Yes, this has created the to-do observer class. Let's come to the code editor. Here it created a new directory as observers. Inside this we have the to-do observer class. Okay, here we can see the list of methods, and these methods are model lifecycle methods. That means when any model event will be occurred, these methods will be automatically invoked respective to that model. Here we have the to-do model imported, and in every functions we can see we have the to-do model and that instance. So these all methods specify these will be triggered only based on the to-do model events. Alright, so in our to-do application we have created the functionality for saving and fetching the to-do list. So in the model lifecycle methods, here we have the created function, and this will be triggered automatically when a new to-do is created. Okay, so we will have to observe this to-do observer inside the model. Now in order to sync this to-do observer with the to-do model, we will have to register this to-do observer for the to-do model, so that this can sync with the to-do model events. And whenever the to-do model event will be fired up, this will capture all the events. The events will be captured according to these all methods. Okay, so in Laravel 11 we can register the to-do observer in two different ways. Firstly, we can register that in the providers. Here we have the app service providers. So inside the app service provider, inside the boot method, we can register that observer. Okay, so here we will have to call that model. So we have the to-do model and we want to observe the to-do observer. So we will write to-do observer class just like this. This is the first approach to register the observer and to-do model inside the app service provider. This is fine. Now let's come under the to-do observer class, and here inside the created method I will add dump and die $to-do because we have the to-do instance here. So this will be triggered up automatically when a new to-do will be created. So let's come to the browser. Let's refresh the application and let's try to create a new to-do here. So I will create Laravel observer pattern. Let's click on submit. Yes, here we have the dump of newly created to-do. Inside this we can see we have the to-do created data. Okay, now in the second approach we can observe the observer in the respective model itself. So in that approach we won't have to register that in the app service provider. So let me come to the code, and here I will comment this to-do observe line from here, and I will come to the to-do model. Inside the models we have the to-do model. So here at the beginning of this class we will have to use hash. Inside this array block we will have to pass observed by function, and this is basically attribute. So inside this function we will have to form one array, and inside this array we will have to call the to-do observer class. Alright, now let's come to the browser. Let's refresh this. Yes, we have the same result by using observed by attribute. If we'll come to the database, inside the database.sqlite, yes, we can see we have the observer pattern to do created. So when the model event is triggered, this triggered up this created method inside this to do observer class, and here this dumped that newly created to do. So this event is fired up after creating the new to do. Now according to the today's implementation, I want to send one notification here. So whenever a new to do will be created, we will send a notification to the users respective to that newly created to do. So for this, I will use the Laravel notification. If I will come to the official documentation of Laravel, and if we'll search for the notification here, inside this we have the notification trait. If we'll scroll down, here we have the make notification command. Alright, so I will come to the terminal. I will type php artisan make notification, and I will provide the notification name as to do created notification. Let's hit enter. Yes, this has created a notification class for the to do. If I will come to the notifications folder, here we can see this has created a notifications folder. Inside this we have the to do created notification class, and this is extending the notification class which is inside eliminate notifications. Inside this we have the constructor function. Here we can capture the data whatever we want to receive here for sending the email purpose. Next we have the via function. This is returning the mail because we want to send notification via email. So we can define the mail delivery channels here. Alright. Next we have toMail function. Here we can specify the mail body and message that we want to send in the notification. So what I want, when a to do is created, I want to send the notification regarding that to do. Okay. So what I will do, I will capture the to do data here, just like to do inside the constructor, and for this we will have to define a variable to assign that to do data. So I will create a protected variable as $to do, and inside the constructor I will assign $this to do to $to do. Okay. Now inside the toMail function, here I will specify the subject. So I will use this subject function here. Inside this I will create a subject as new to do created. This will be email subject basically. Inside the line we will have to change the message that we want to add inside the email body. Alright. So here I will change the message as a new to do has been created with title, and here I will pass the title of that to do. So here I will use double quote instead of single quote so that we can append that to do message directly. So I will write $this to do title. Okay, this is fine. And this is notification action. Here we can see we have the action function. So basically this will generate a button in the email body, and we can set that action for the redirection purpose. Alright. So in the notification action, I will set the redirection URL. By default, this is taking the home URL, but according to our application, here we have the route as /to-dos. So after creating a new to-do, we have fetched all the to-dos in the same blade file and we have rendered out there. So I want to set this route inside the route action. So I will set /to-dos, and this is the last line message. That means this will append after the action. So we can change the notification message according to this format, and this action function will add the button or link. So this is fine. Now we don't have to do anything here. Now let's come to the to do observer, because here we want to trigger the notification after creating a new to do. So we want to send notification to the users, and therefore we will have to fetch the users for sending the notification. So here I will call the user model because we have to fetch the users from the user table. So I will be using user model all function and I will capture users just like this. And I want to send notification to every users, or here you can filter the users based on the condition. Just like if you want to send notification to the admin users only, then you can apply where condition here to filter the admin users only. As of now, I want to send notification to all the users which we will have in the users table. So after fetching the users, I will add for each loop here, for each users as $user, and inside the loop I want to call that to do created notification. So I want to notify the user for the to do creation. So I will call the user notify function, and inside this I will call the to do created notification. So I will invoke this through this new keyword. So I will add new to do created notification, and inside this class we will have to pass the to do data because we have specified the to do title in the email body here. Alright, and we have captured the parameter as a to do inside the constructor, and that's why we will have to pass the parameter in this to do created notification class from this to do observer. So I will pass the $to do here. Now the configuration is done, but in order to send the notification via email, we will have to configure the email credentials in the .env file. So I will come to the .env file, and here under the email service we will have to configure the email credentials. So for sending the email, I will be using Mailtrap. So I already have one Mailtrap account and we will have to configure the credential here. So in the mail mailer, I will set the SMTP and we will have to add the mail host from the Mailtrap. So I will quickly come to the Mailtrap account, and here I have the mail host as sandbox.smtp.mailtrap.io. I will add it here. Next we have the mail port. So this mail port is fine. This will be 2525. Next we have the username. So we will have to add the username and password here. I will copy the password. I will add it here. Also we will have to add the mail encryption. So I will set this to TLS. We can set this as TLS or SSL based on the mail port. And here we will have to specify the mail from address. So I will set mail from address here. Alright. You can set your email address here. This is fine. So the email has been configured here. Now in the next step, we will have to create few users so that we can send email to those users. Currently, if I will check to the database, inside the users table, I don't have any entry here. So I will come to the database seeder. Inside the database, we have the seeders. So as of now, I just want to create one user here using the factory. So I will keep this name and email same here. Now I will come to the terminal and I will type php artisan db seed command. Let's hit enter. This is seeding the database. If I will come to the database, here we have one user created. Alright. Now we can send notification to this user email address. So I will come to the application. I will simply reload this application here so that we will recreate this to-do list. I will click on continue. Now here we can see this is taking time here. That means this is sending email. And yes, to-do has been created. And if we will come to the Mailtrap mailbox, yes, here we can see, here we have an email notification with the subject new to-do created. If you will open this notification, here we have the email body as hello. Our new to-do has been created with title, and this title is coming dynamically that we had passed in the to-do notification. Here we have the notification action button, and if we will click on this, this has opened the application / to-dos, and here we have the list of to-dos. Alright. Next we have the message as thank you for using our application, regards Laravel. And this regards is Laravel application name basically. Here we can customize the email template according to our need. Now if I want to highlight this title by setting this font to bold, then we will have to add it here inside the notification. So inside the line, I will set bold by adding the double asterisk mark, just like this. Here the single asterisk mark will be italic, double will be bold. Alright. Here we can set the to-do description as well, so that this will display the to-do description, title and description. Here I will display the description. Now let's come to the application again. Let's refresh this. I will create another to-do list here. To-do using observer and notification. Let's save it. Here this is again taking time. And yes, to-do has been created. If we'll check the mailbox, yes, here we have the to-do notification, and this is highlighted using the font bold, and here we have the description. Alright. Now here if you have noticed, when we were creating the to-do, this was taking time for sending the email as a notification, and currently we have only one user. Now if you will have thousands of users, then this will take more time to send the notification to every users. Alright. So here we can dispatch this email in the queue. So Laravel provides the queue facility here to send the notification via queue. So if you scroll up, here we have the class, and this is extended with the notification class. And here we have this should queue interface, and we will have to implement this here. So I will write implements should queue. This is fine. By default, we have the queuable trait added here. So now whenever we will send the notification, that notification will be sent out using this queue. So in the front end, the user experience will be very smooth, and this won't take much time to return this response here. As soon as you will click on submit, your data will be created and your email will be scheduled using the queue. Let's refresh now and let's check this. So I will create another to-do list here as to-do notification using queue. I will click on submit. Yes, here we can see, as soon as we submitted this to-do, we got that response, and this page reload time was very less. Now if we will check the Mailtrap mailbox to see if we have received the email, currently we have not received any email yet. That means our notification has been scheduled using the queue, but this is not dispatched yet. So if we will come to the database, inside the database.sqlite, inside the jobs table, we can see we have a job scheduled here, and as of now it is not triggered yet. So this attempt is 0, and this is available here to be triggered. Now we will have to dispatch these jobs manually by using the Laravel command, because currently we are on the local environment here. So I will come to the terminal, and here I will type command to dispatch the queue. So I will type php artisan queue listen, or we can type queue work. Both commands will work. So I will type listen here. Let's hit enter. Yes, the notification is running, and this took 7 seconds, and that jobs has been completed. If we'll come to the database, here we don't have that job longer available. That has been already triggered. Now if we'll come to the mailbox, here we can see that notification has been received. Alright. So by using this queue for sending email or notification, you can enhance the user experience here. So that's all for the today's video. Let's recap what we have achieved today. We built an observer to handle the created event on the to-do model. We understood what is observer and why it is useful in Laravel projects. We discussed about the key benefits of observer pattern. Then we built an observer to handle the created event on the to-do model. Also, we created a notification to inform users when a new to-do is created. So that's all about this video. You have just understood the observer pattern in Laravel 11 Now your application can respond automatically to events like a pro. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe and share it with your fellow developers. And in the next video, we will explore the factory pattern in Laravel 11 and see how it simplifies object creation. So if you have any questions or feedback, please drop them in the comments below and I will be happy to help you. So once again, thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.